Hi grade 7s, as you can see I've got my novel Whitney's Kiss here, and this is going to be just a little introductory lesson to this novel. So, first things first, have a look at it. Right, Whitney's Kiss is a proudly South African novel written by a South African author. It is also based in the country of South Africa. The action of the novel takes place in the Western Cape in the township of Thembeletu. That tells us that our main character, Whitney, comes from a family that is not completely well off, a family that lives within a rural community. If we have a look at our title, Whitney's Kiss, we can see that our main character is going to be female, and her name is Whitney, and she's going to be experiencing some sort of kiss. Now, at this point, we don't know whether it's a first kiss, a last kiss, some special sort of kiss. It is just a particular kiss. Right, and if we have a look at our cover, we see a lot of use of the color black, okay, and there's shadows. Now, after discussions with many classes, we have come to the conclusion that, number one, the fact that we can't see much detail here relates to hiding. It also shows us that in the use of the color black, it shows us fear, sadness, anxiety, and mystery, okay? And those four emotions or feelings, they play a part in the actual story of this novel. You'll find that there are parts where you can feel that Whitney is afraid, parts where you can feel that she is anxious, parts where you can feel that she is sad, and there are elements of mystery within the characters. It was also mentioned that by using red in the for the writing, the title, and the author's name, it is showing us that there's some sort of love in the novel, possibly also because it is a pop, or it brings your attention to it. Right, so that's our cover, our title. Our author is Whitney. She is proudly South African. Right, we're going to have a look at the blurb now. So, Whitney's stomach was turning now, and her breathing became faster. What did he have in mind? She so badly wanted to be kissed. She had never kissed a boy before. And Lucky was so good looking, so popular. She loved being seen with him, being wanted by him. She said nothing and just waited on his next move. Whitney's first kiss is an experience she will never forget. The innocence of childhood is replaced with the fire of youth, the romance, the excitement, and the passion. It all seems so perfect. But her favorite teacher, Mrs. Pillay, warns her that there's another side to the thrill of teenage life. 13-year-old Whitney soon encounters this other side firsthand, the pain of loss, the stab of betrayal, and the bitterness of rejection. She comes face to face with the reality of HIV and AIDS and finds herself having to make some difficult and life-changing decisions. Set in the township of Thembeletu, Whitney's moving and inspiring story takes us to the heart of the most real issues young people in Southern Africa have to face every day. Her journey is one we all have to make, the journey into the soul, where we decide what is really important to us and which values to live by. Right, so if we're looking at Whitney's Kiss, we are going to be looking at how this kiss impacts Whitney's life, but also the reason we are reading this novel is because it is used as a teaching tool. Now, grade 7s, in most cases, there are people and there are communities out there that don't talk about things like HIV and AIDS and love and that sort of thing. So there's a lot of misconception. There's a lot of ideas that aren't the truth. There are a lot of unknowns for them. So we are fortunate enough to be in a school, to be in a community, to be in a generation who is able to talk about these things, is able to learn about these things, is able to know how things like HIV and AIDS is spread, how it can be contracted. Now, it is important to note at this stage that there is a difference between HIV and AIDS. You can have HIV without having AIDS, but you cannot have AIDS without having HIV. Right. So people with HIV, if they take their correct medication and they choose to live a healthy life, they can live for many years. They have a good outlook. There's no cure for HIV. However, there is treatment for it. But if that HIV progresses to AIDS, the body becomes weaker and unable to fight off any other sicknesses or illnesses. And that is where people see a decline in their lifestyle and they are unable to recover. It may even result in death. So we are looking at a topic that is relevant to South African youth. Yes, it may not be relevant to you right now. It may not even be relevant to you in grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, or even matric. Okay? But this novel and what happens in this novel will allow you to see what happens in these situations and make decisions for yourself, but also to help you decide if you were in that situation, what you might do. It opens up a conversation and it allows us to talk about the things that we have learned and talk about the things that we might not know and learn more about HIV and AIDS. It is a pandemic that was sweeping over South Africa in the past couple of years, and people are still experiencing it in their daily lives. People are still living with it, and a lot of people aren't educated about it, and they don't know that you cannot get HIV from touching someone. They don't know that it is only spread through fluid interaction. So this book is used as a teaching tool. Right, so in our next video, we'll be looking at chapter 1 of Whitney's Kiss.